that are upset about something that happens at work, and they'll be picketing, and they'll have a sign that says, we'll work for food, or we need more money, or things like that. So that's picketing. So you're on the right track. Rioting, Shamar said, is when people get together and they destroy things because they're really, really angry about something. And I'm thinking in my head right now, and I'm thinking to myself, I've heard in the news recently about a lot of things happening in Missouri, which is a state in the South. I've been hearing a lot of things about things happening in Missouri, Ferguson, Missouri, which is near St. Louis, about people who are very upset about police officers there. Have you heard these things in the news? Okay, some of you, it looks like you have, some of you haven't. There are riots going on in Ferguson right now. But today, for our read-aloud, for our language workshop, we're going to talk about the Los Angeles riots. And these happened in the 1990s. I think this is probably before most of you were born. You were born in about 2002? Yeah. So this is before most of you were born. I was alive. I was just a little boy, though, when this happened. I was probably in kindergarten when these things happened. So we're going to talk about the Los Angeles riots. And Shamar was definitely on the right track when he was saying that a riot is happens when people are very upset about something, and they get together and they do things that probably aren't helping too much. Nora, when it gets to 14 minutes, you need to cut it off and then restart another video, okay? Can you do that for me? Thank you. Okay, so the first thing that I have up here is a picture. And it's a black and white picture. And my question for you that I'm posing to all of you smarty pantses, and you're also smart and you all have ideas in your head, even if you don't know too much about the Los Angeles riots, this picture is of the Los Angeles riots. And I want you to think in your head right now, what do you notice about this picture? I'm not going to have you share with me yet, because we're going to share with a partner first. It's teacher time right now. It's going to be partner time in a second. But this is the important part. We have sentence frames in our class, and we always use sentences that are what fourth graders should be using. So what do you think, Jordan, we should start our sentence with? I notice. And whatever you notice is what's going to fill in the blank. Here's what you're going to do. At a level 0, so I should hear no talking. Track a partner, knees to knees. 3. Doesn't matter who you're working with. 2. 1. Perfect. Tell your partner what you notice. Ready, set, go. I hear a lot of good conversations. I hear Charlie saying some really good things. He said, I noticed first. I hear Diane saying some good points. Who are you working with, sweetie? Want to work over here? Let's work over here. We're going to take about 10 more seconds, finish up your thoughts, and then we're going to bring it back. 7, 5, 2, 1. Hatfield. I like how everyone's back. I only had to say it one time. I'm taking 2 shares. 2 shares. Our eyes go right to the person sharing. That's being respectful. That's part of the Hatfield way. Liliana, tell us, what did you notice?
I noticed that that smoke is coming from over there.
Very good. Liliana noticed the smoke. She said, I noticed the smoke that's coming out of the buildings. Give Liliana 2 claps on 2, 1, 2. I'm taking 1 more share. Charlie, I see a nice tall hand. Our eyes are on Charlie.
I noticed in this picture that it looks like there's a police car, and that other car might be another police car, just in different looks, but I think that it's getting destroyed from the riot, because you said that the riot is how people didn't like the police.
Very good, Charlie. Charlie said a lot there. He said, I noticed that there's a police car in the picture. I noticed that there's other cars in the picture, and I noticed that there's probably a riot going on because we're talking about the Los Angeles riots. And we're going to learn a little bit more about the Los Angeles riots as we read Smoky Nights. Very good thinking. Give Charlie 1 clap on 1. 1. Now let's bring our attention to this next picture. Okay, so I'm looking at it. And as I'm thinking about this picture, I'm saying, who is in this picture? And all of my questions start with who, what, where, when, why, or how. This one starts with who. Who is in this picture? What do you believe they are doing? So, this is your sentence prompt, or your sentence frame, because you made 4th grade sentence. It says, I see, and you're going to fill in that blank, and then you're going to continue, because this is a two-part question. It says, they are, and you're going to fill in the blank of what they are doing. I see. They are. Check the same partner in 3, 2, 1. Partner time, go. I hear a lot of really 4th grade conversations. I hear a lot of sentence frames. Finishing our sentences in 3, 2, 1. Perfect. I'm taking 2 shares. Hands are up. Logan, tell me. Use the 4th grade sentence frames.
I see that police officers are blocking a grocery store.
I see. Oh, who's in the pictures? The police officers. Very good, Logan. I see police officers. They are blocking the grocery store. They're protecting the grocery store. Very good. Very 4th grade sentence. Who had something a little different? Shamar.
I see a smoke coming from a building.
I see smoke coming from the building, and maybe it's the same smoke that was coming from the building in the first picture. Do you think that's possible? It could be. But who do you see in the picture? Who do you see in the picture?
They are protecting the grocery store from the people because the police don't want them to destroy it.
Okay, because very good. Because what's going on? The Los Angeles riot. Say riot. Riot. Let's look at one more picture before we go into our read aloud. Look at this. Does that look scary?